printed text underneath, and that's quite clever. Let's have a look at the second part. Vengeful. This is Jen, ASMR. Subscribe before you fall asleep. Hi there, my lovely sleepy squirrels. I hope that you are all well. In this video, I will be unboxing not one, but two VE Schwab Box Sets. I figured I would do them together because they're just like too little, you know. There's 2 and 3. 5 altogether. And the artwork and the colors and everything go well together. The red, the white, the black, and the silvery green. I first heard of V.E. Schwab on the blurb of another book, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I talked about her a little in my book club, and everybody's like, oh yeah, I've heard of her and stuff. So I decided to get these 2. And either this first book or this first book will be our picks for the next book club read, the Patreon book club. If you'd like to join us for that, the actual meeting for the book club will be at the beginning of next year, but it will be either the first one of this series or the first one of this series. Okay, so let me just slowly and without talking unbox these 2. now that we are hopefully nice and relaxed from all the tapping on these, I mostly tapped because it's kind of like a shiny, plasticky kind of cardboard, so tracing is a little different than usual. Mostly tapped. So we are starting with the smaller box set, this two-part series, V.E. Schwab. Sunday Times best-selling author, vicious and vengeful. And then we have these lines coming down, and in the lines you have some like murder mystery kind of items. A gun with a silencer. This, I'm not sure if it's like the end of a bone, some bones and arm bones. And down here the lines have like daggers and a woman with some gun and a guy with like grey hair. Contains prequel short story warm-up and extraordinary art card. V.E. Schwab, the superhero novel I've been waiting for. Fresh, merciless, and yes, vicious, says Mira Grant. I don't know Mira Grant. I don't know if this is just like all the blurb that's on the books also, so I might just skip this for now and go directly into the books to avoid doubling up. The little art card. I'm not a huge fan of this kind of like little add-on thing in general because I never know what to do with them. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the story yet, so I don't know the character. I don't know like if it's one of the main characters or not. Extraordinary. Oh, I just realized this isn't about these books. This is like a little from Extraordinary. It's like a comic that you can get in 2021. So, okay, that makes sense. Which V. Schwab has written something for about the superhero, which was on the front. That makes more sense. Extraordinary is about people who discover that the result from near-death experiences are superpowers. The ultimate anti-hero / proud villain tale. #1 New York Times best-selling author of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue launches her incredible world of super beings with this all-new, dazzlingly illustrated graphic novel set in the 5 years between vicious and vengeful. Okay, I should have read this before I started talking about like what it could be. A must for all Schwab fans everywhere. Okay, if I enjoy the books, I will have a look at this too. And I have not read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, but it is highly, highly recommended. Okay, interesting. We have the first vicious, epic, and gripping Publishers Weekly starred review. Oh, they're like lines of blacked out text. You know, like when things are redacted. Black. You can see the text underneath. See, there's like some printed text underneath, and that's quite clever. It's nice. Clever, I Schwab, best-selling author of A Darker Shade of Magic. That's in the other series we're going to unbox just after. So this must be after. Must have been written afterwards. Supremely plotted and incredibly well written, says The Independent on Sunday. Victor and Eli started out as college roommates, brilliant, arrogant, lonely boys who recognize the same ambition in each other, a shared interest in adrenaline, near-death experiences, and seemingly supernatural events, reveals an intriguing possibility that under the right conditions, someone could develop extraordinary abilities. But when the thesis moves from the academic to the experimental, things go horribly wrong. 10 years later, Victor breaks out of prison, determined to catch up to his old friend, now foe, aided by a young girl with a stunning ability. Meanwhile, Eli is on a mission to eradicate every other superpowered person that he can find, aside from his sidekick, an enigmatic woman with an unbreakable will, armed with terrible power on both sides, driven by the memory of betrayal and loss. The arch nemesis have set a course for revenge, but who will be left alive at the end? Schwab gathers all these superhero / supervillain tropes and turns them on their sundry heads. I could not put it down, said F. Paul Wilson of the New York Times, best-selling author. Okay, he also is the New York. A dynamic and original twist on what it means to be a hero and a villain. A killer from page 1, highly recommended. Jonathan Mabry, who is also a best-selling author. Schwab writes with the fiendish ingenuity, sardonic wit, and twisted imagination of a true supervillain. Greg Cox, New York Times best-selling author. They all are. Okay, this sounds pretty fun. I think I must have read the blurbs for these before buying them a long while ago, but I have put them aside for unboxings. So, having read a whole bunch of books and different things between times, I've forgotten. That sounds pretty cool. And then between this book and the other one, there's the comic book series. But I'm guessing you can read that after, though. Okay, let's have a look at the second part. Vengeful. Oh, I like this cover too. The dagger's coming down. V.E. Schwab, best-selling author of A Darker Shade of Magic. Riveting, said The Guardian on Vicious. So on the other one. Vengeful, supremely plotted, and incredibly well written. On Vicious. Highly recommended. On Vicious. They haven't read this one. A superpowered collision of extraordinary minds and vengeful intentions. V.E. Schwab returns with the thrilling follow-up on Vicious. Magneto and Professor X, Superman and Lex Luthor, Victor Vale and Eli Ever, Sydney and Serena Clark, great partnerships now soured on the vine. But Marcella Riggins needs no one. Flush from her brush with death, she finally gained the control she's always sought, and will use her newfound power to bring the city of Merit to its knees. She'll do whatever it takes, collecting her own sidekicks and leveraging the two most infamous EOs, Victor Vale and Eli Ever, against each other once more. With Marcella's rise, new enmities create opportunity, and the stage of Merit City will once again be set for a final terrible reckoning. Readers won't be able to put down this dark and riveting tale of power and revenge. Kirkus reviews. With all the knife-sharp thrill of its cinematic predecessor, fans of Vicious will be overjoyed to rediscover this exciting series. Publishers Weekly starred review. Up there with Neil Gaiman. Den of Geek. Okay, so the reviews are a little less solid than the first one. No, it's fine. I'm excited. I'm actually looking forward to reading this series. I like them together. The second one is a bit chunkier. It's chunkier too. Vicious and vengeful. Okay, so let's have a little look at the other box set. This is like when I do double beauty unboxings, it's double box sets. V.E. Schwab, a classic work of fantasy, said Deborah Harkness, New York Times bestselling author. The Shades of Magic Trilogy, a darker shade of magic, a gathering of shadows and a conjuring of light. The Shades of Magic Trilogy. I like the graphics. I'm not going to read what's on the back because I think it's also what's on the back of the books. How pleasing is that? The red and the black and the white. You can see it all. A Conjuring of Light, so that's the third one. A Gathering of Shadows, second. A Darker Side of Magic. Get these out. They're snug. Super snug. I have expected it to pop like champagne. Okay, so the covers are very shiny. I preferred the other ones. They were matte. It was nicer to like trace on and stuff. But yeah, marvelous. Publishers Weekly starred review said marvelous for the darker shade of magic. I know it happens in London and it's like murder mystery type of stories. Fantasy fans will love this. Excellent spellbinding. A refreshing take on magic, smart, funny and sexy. Reminiscent of Neil Gaiman, a book to treasure, dark and glorious. Sharp, elegant fantasy. A multiversal roller coaster. Mighty storytelling. Cal is one of the last travelers. Magicians with a rare ability to travel between parallel universes. Connected by one magical city. There's grey London without magic and ruled by the mad King George III. Red London, where magic is revered and where Kel was raised alongside the heir to the empire. White London, where people fight to control the remaining magic and magic fights back. And once there was Black London. Oh, that sounds so Okay, I'm getting the different planes of existence going on the with the here. We saw them earlier. The different planes of existence, the different colors, which are also here. Let's have a look at the second book. A Gathering of Shadows. Fantastic. Publisher's Weekly Starred Review. And this one we have a guy with knives. Gathering of Shadows. The natural successor to Diana Wynne Jones. Okay. Independent on a darker shade of magic. Kel is one of the last magicians with the ability to travel between parallel universes, linked by the magical city of London. It has been 4 months since a mysterious obsidian stone fell into his possession, and he met Delilah Bard 4 months since the Dane twins of White London fell, and the stone was cast with Holland's dying body back into Black London. I have no idea. I'm guessing all that happened in the first book. Spoilers. Now Kel is visited by dreams of ominous magical events, waking only to think of Lila, and as Red London prepares for the Element Games, an international competition of magic, a certain pirate ship draws closer. Pirate ship. But another London is coming back to life. The balance of magic is perilous, and for one city to flourish, another must fall. Da, da, da. I love like they just threw in a pirate ship there. A refreshing take on magic. Excellent world building, reminiscent of Neil Gaiman, sharp, elegant fantasy, dark and gorgeous and mighty storytelling. Okay, let's look at the next book. A Conjuring of Light. Captivating. Publishers Weekly on this savage song. I don't know what that is. This is how fantasy should be done. The precarious equilibrium among the 4 Londons has reached its breaking point, once brimming with the red vivacity of magic. Darkness casts a shadow over the Maresh Empire, leaving a space for another London to rise. Kel, once assumed to be the last surviving, and Tari begins to waver under the pressure of competing loyalties. Lila Bard, once a commonplace but never common thief, has survived and flourished through a series of magical trials. But now she must learn to control the magic before it bleeds her dry. Meanwhile, the disgraced captain, Alucard Emery, and the Night Spire crew are attempting a race against time to acquire the impossible, as an ancient enemy returns to claim a crown, and a fallen hero is desperate to save a decaying world. Okay, the second and third are a little, like, I have no idea what's going on. I think you have to, like, read the book, then, etc., to actually get what's going on. A swashbuckling tale, impossible to put down. I'm guessing swashbuckling. There's the pirate ship. A refreshing take on magic, spellbinding, reminiscent of Neil Gaiman. I don't know who that some spine tapping to end this video. I do prefer the sounds and the look of these two compared to this. It's a little shiny. Yeah, this sounds amazing. But they both sound very interesting. I do not know which ones I'll be reading first. That is up to my patrons in the book club. They will decide which one of these first books I'll be reading first, at least, and then we'll see from there. Okay. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, that it has inspired you to at least check out V.E. Schwab. If you haven't already. I can't attest to any of these being great because I haven't read them yet, but I think I'm going to enjoy them. Just have to see with the writing style and everything. If you made it to this part of the video without falling asleep, I would like you to pop a murder weapon emoji in the comments. You can be creative if you want. Let's see what kind of murder weapons we get in the comments. And you can just pop that in with your regular comment. Letting me know if you've read any of these, which series sounds the most interesting out of the two. But if you are far too sleepy, that's fine. You can just pop a little knife or gun emoji in the comments. I know what you mean. I will see your support. If you would like a way to support this channel, we would love to have you over on Patreon. We're getting up there. A lot of stuff going on at the moment. When we get to 500 patrons, I'm going to make this my full-time job. And that will mean more content on Patreon, of course, but also here on YouTube. And if you join up before the end of the year, you can join in with our book club, where we'll be reading one of these two books to start off a series. And there's a lot of extra content, all ad-free. All ad-free. So no ads at the end of videos to wake you up. So I hope that every single one of my lovely sleepy squirrels are well. Wherever you are For example, if you are in Wisconsin in the USA, like my lovely, lovely patron Alexa. Hey Alexa, I hope you're well. And Alexa has a little message for you guys. Chase your dreams. Chase your dreams. No, thank you. Thanks, Alexa. And thank